Welcome to our deep dive into the concept of Greater Israel and the countries often mentioned in speculative discussions about this agenda. Think of it like this. Imagine your weird uncle at Thanksgiving after one too many cranberry cocktails starts rambling about his vision for the neighborhood, involving annexing the park and renaming it after himself. Is he actually going to do it? Probably not. That's what we're dealing with here. A concept with deep historical roots and modern-day implications that are both fascinating and frankly a bit terrifying. Let's start with the elephant in the room, or rather, the disputed territories in the room. The Gaza Strip, essentially an open-air prison under Hamas control, and the West Bank, dotted with Israeli settlements like questionable birthday candles on a cake no one asked for, are constant reminders of the tensions. The continued expansion of settlements in the West Bank raises concerns about whether a two-state solution is even remotely achievable at this point. Next up, just north of Israel, we have Lebanon. Imagine being Lebanon for a second. You're trying to rebuild after a devastating civil war, enjoy some hummus by the Mediterranean, and suddenly, you're dragged into this geopolitical tug-of-war. The southern part of the country has become a recurring stage for proxy conflicts between Israel and Hezbollah. Controlling Lebanon would give whoever's holding the chess pieces a strategic advantage. Access to water resources, a foothold in the region, the works. Now let's talk Syria. This war-torn nation, already grappling with its own set of unimaginable challenges, also happens to share a border with Israel. The Golan Heights offers strategic advantages and valuable resources, making it a geopolitical hot potato. Just east of Israel we have Jordan. Imagine being Jordan, ruled by the Hashemite monarchy, trying to maintain a delicate balance in a region where taking sides is like choosing between being stung by a scorpion or bitten by a viper. Jordan has deep historical ties to the Palestinian cause, which puts it in a precarious position. Some interpretations of the Greater Israel theory include Jordan in their theoretical borders, adding another layer of complexity to an already tangled geopolitical knot. Now let's head south to Egypt. Remember the Sinai Peninsula? That strategically important, geographically awkward chunk of land sandwiched between Israel and the rest of Egypt? Well, it's been a bit of a geopolitical football over the years. Israel occupied it after the 1967 war, gave it back to Egypt in a peace deal, and yet, whispers about its potential inclusion in a Greater Israel persist. Iraq. You might be thinking, wait, Iraq? Isn't that a bit of a stretch? And you wouldn't be entirely wrong. Iraq is geographically distant from Israel. However, it does have one very significant geographical feature, the Euphrates River. Some biblical interpretations include the Euphrates as a boundary for this theoretical Greater Israel. Last but not least, we arrive at Saudi Arabia. Parts of northern Saudi Arabia fall within the vaguely defined borders of some interpretations of Greater Israel, based on, you guessed it, those biblical interpretations. It's a bit like discovering your neighbor has been drawing up plans for a community garden that just happened to encroach on your property line. So, there you have it, a whirlwind tour of the countries caught in the crosshairs of the Greater Israel debate. It's important to remember that while the concept of Greater Israel has its roots in religious texts and historical narratives, it's crucial to separate theological debates from actual state policies. Addressing legitimate concerns about territorial disputes and sovereignty rights in the region remains vital for achieving lasting peace and stability in the Middle East. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, you may share, subscribe, like, or comment for more.